Friends of the John Paul II Foundation pilgrimage, visiting Poland. What we wanted to try to do is put together a visit with a group of about 17 people to Poland. And in most situations when you travel with a group, a number of the group are really focused on the religious aspects of the location. Other people want to have a good time too. So when we were doing our investigation into what potentially can we use as a travel company to visit Poland, first we put together what we wanted to do, and secondly, when we started to look at the different companies, we found DLI as excellent with regard to doing exactly what we wanted. Talking with Shubho and his wife Ania, we were able to put together a package that met all of our expectations. And when we came with these expectations, many in our group, if not all, were surprised that DLI exceeded our expectations. And to the point where we're saying, what can we do next with this specific company? We were going to do this if we had time, or do this if we didn't have time. And miraculously, working with Shubho and Ania, we were able to do almost everything, even more than we expected in the times allocated. And a lot of
Which
things,
would be,
well, for
can you give
instance,
us example?
We didn't expect to have a cruise on the river in Krakow, and we did. And some people were saying it would be really neat if we had a horse ride around the central square in Krakow. And
The old town, yeah.
Yeah, the old town. Next thing you know, we were on the ride. Shubho made arrangements for that without us even realizing. He says, just get on board, and everybody got on board. And not having to be concerned about the arrangements and everything else, things worked out really well.
And Tom, was it good value for money for these 8 days you came?
Well, we shouldn't say it was incredible value for the money, because then you'll increase your prices. But at the same time, people were wondering, they were getting this of a certain value, and then we were doing much more than what we paid for, and we're thinking to ourselves, are we going to be charged more? And we realized, no, this is all part of the trip. And
no, but that's what we specialize, Tom, is because we negotiate with the hotels, with the restaurants, with the horse, with the cruises, the thermal spa. We went everywhere. We negotiate directly,
right.
And that's why we give you the best value for money.
And a number of people in our group that we have are very spendthrifty, they say. And many of them even looked at prices of the hotels and where we were staying and everything around it. And when I heard that those people thought it was a great deal, then I was reassured even myself that there's no better way of doing it.
Okay.
Well, one of the highlights of the holiday was the Cardinal Givic, which is the Cardinal of Poland, also was the personal assistant to John Paul II for about 40 years, while he was Archbishop of Krakow, and also during his entire 26-year pontificate. So personally knowing the Cardinal from work in the Vatican, I was able to arrange with his personal secretary to have a audience with the Cardinal. Even though it was 20 minutes long, it was still, we planned the entire trip around that 20-minute segment, which occurred during the middle of the trip.
Well, shook hands with him. He gave us rosaries.
He gave us rosaries,
fantastic.
and spent more time than the 20 minutes actually. And you couldn't ask for better weather, better conditions, and a better travel agent with regard to the people. And they really take it to heart, everything. And you can tell everything they did was, we were wondering, this wasn't even incorporated in the trip, yet we were doing it. So it really made people want to come back in the future, and I'm sure
for DLI travels, other
right.
spiritual holidays.
Other spiritual holidays, and because we know if we go on the spiritual holiday, we're going to see other things too, not just the spiritual part, but the vacation things.
Oh, okay.
And we already have people saying they want to visit Malta, they want to visit.
Would you recommend to other these spiritual pilgrimage organizers?
Oh, without a doubt, and the main reason is because having organized it from my end, it's very time intensive on the front end, getting the people together, collecting the money from everybody. And what was really nice is once we arrived, I felt relaxed myself, as though I was actually didn't have to do as much as I anticipated, because DLI, specifically Shubho and his wife Ania, they were taking care of everything. And I even got to the point where I wasn't keeping as much track of the people in my group because I knew without a doubt that he was keeping track.
Uh-huh.
So we had an
So
extra set
even
of
though
eyes.
you were the organizer, but you didn't have any headaches or like anything to. Once you came on the holiday, you didn't have anything to organize, and you had it like a holiday as well.
Exactly. I felt like I was on as much holiday as.
And you didn't have to work
Yeah,
to keep the group together or anything like that.
exactly.
Okay.
I mean, I kept my eye on everybody, but
Of
at the
course,
same
of
time,
course.
by the end of the trip, you knew everybody by first name,
Mm-hmm.
and I even knew a lot of their backgrounds, and it felt more like a family by the end of the week than it did when we first arrived.
Okay, excellent, excellent.